I need to talk about it. Okay. Hi and hello, good morning to all. Please gather your friends now and your family members. Ask them to share and like this. Oh, hi, Miss Nicole. How are you? Thank you so much for the support. Okay. Yes, don't forget to like our official page and the page of Festival Mall so you will be notified with their future events. Yeah. Please don't forget to like and share. Yes, it's a rainy morning. It's bad weather today. So go and grab a mug of coffee while tuning in. We'll start in 3 minutes. Come on, gather your friends and family members, relatives, and learn from today's session on reading. 2 minutes. Good morning, Sir Jello. Nice to hear from you. Hello, Sir Matan, Sir Luke Alcalde. Hi, Miss Patricia. Good morning. Oh, that's Miss Tessa. Good morning. Yeah, colleagues, please like and share this video, the link, so everyone will get a chance to learn from today's session on reading. Hi, Miss Glean. Oh, thank you so much for the excitement. Shout out. Go, 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 Sir Emil. Thank you. Okay, we'll start in 2 minutes. And then 1 minute, we're gonna run. Please tell your friends to share, to like and share this link, this video, so they will also learn from today's session. Thank you so much for the excitement. I'm also excited and nervous at the same time. Thank you, Miss Jen, for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Maui. Thank you, Miss Denise. So we'll start in 1 minute at exactly 10 o'clock. Hello, Miss Ara. Okay, so please share it to your friends. You may also host your own watch party. Yes. Let's gather more viewers. Hello. Hello, Tita Amy. Thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, good morning to Festival Mall, to the management. Good morning also to SMC. Okay, so I think we're going to start already. Are you guys ready to start? Are you ready to start? Okay, so I think we need to start now. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. No, I'm just kidding. This is not a YouTube channel. This is actually a webinar on reading. Okay. So, I am Mr. Emil Yacon, and I am from South Mansfield College, and I'm your home buddy for today's session. How are you? Can I see a thumbs up on the comment section? I would like to know if everyone is okay. Can I say thumbs up? Come on. How are you? Okay. So to all our viewers, to those who are enjoying the comforts of their home, those who are working from home now or tuning in their offices, to my FB friends, family, and relatives, faculty members who are with us right now, a blessed morning to all of you. Okay. Okay, so please visit the official Facebook page of Festival Mall so you can get notified with their future events. Also, don't forget to visit our official Facebook page, Southmaster College, so you will receive the notifications about our future school events and webinars. Don't forget to like and share. And for inquiries, you may email us at smc@smc.edu.ph, or you may visit our official website, www.smc.edu.ph, or you may call us using the numbers below. Okay. There. Okay. Allow me to start this webinar by telling you a short story. Last Tuesday, like this actually last week, I received a follow-up message from our PR manager, who's actually Sir Charles. Good morning to you, Sir Charles.
Good morning.
Yes, he's asking me if I could still, conduct a webinar on a particular topic. And to be honest, it took me a while to respond to the message. Not because I despised the message, but at that time I was still on the process of, ruminating on the best topic to talk about. Because I would like the topic as much as possible to be, timely, relatable, and something that could hook the people around us or the viewers. Okay? So I had to divert my attention from thinking of that over and over again, and I had to go back to responding to emails. And luckily, here came a friend. She went inside my cubicle and started talking to me about the things that she had gone through that day. She said that she had been spending almost an hour browsing the internet because she was looking for something that she could use in her lesson plan. But sadly, she couldn't get what she needed. And she decided to go to the library and grab a book. And after probably 10 minutes, she got what she needed. And upon hearing that from her, it may sound so exaggerated, but upon hearing that from her, I felt a sort of, spiritual intervention. That's actually how I describe it, because that time I felt, a sort of enlightenment. And that scenario actually gave me an inspiration to talk about reading. Okay? It's difficult to decide on that one because due to perplexity, I couldn't arrive with a good decision. And because of that story, shortly thereafter, I messaged our PR manager and told him that I will take on it. And I don't like that opportunity to just simply pass by me. I would like to be a presenter in a webinar like this. So thank you so much, Sir Charles. And thank you so much to Festival Mall for this opportunity. Thank you so much for making it possible. Okay, so I think we're all good. So let's have first our work plan for today. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to have a short activity using a Jamboard, using Jamboard. We're going to answer the question, what is reading? We're going to unravel everything about reading. What are the two purposes of reading? And what are the three reading techniques or reading styles? And after discussing all those, we are going to dive into the discussion on the 10 benefits of reading, and we're going to have a wrap-up. Okay, so are you ready? Hello, Miss Hazel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello to my sister from Pasig, Adeline Yacon. Savior Tiny Treats. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, now I have here an activity. I'd like you to prepare your device. I'm going to copy a link. Okay, please get into this link. Okay, here. Don't worry because everyone is an editor. You all have the access to it. Okay. Now, this is what we are going to do. We are going to answer this question. What is reading? It may sound so obsolete, I know, because reading is a foundational skill. We've been studying about reading for how many years already. Now, I want you to write your own ideas about reading. And this is the instruction. You're going to write your answer and you're going to write your name. Okay? Come on. Don't have yet any entry. Fellow teachers and students who are here right now, please get into the link now and have the activity. Okay, we have Camel, anonymous. We have Pro. We have 2 participants already. Yes. It's okay. Just write your ideas. This is what we're going to do. Just get a sticker, this one, and write your idea. For me, reading is a word. I cannot think of the description. Reading is a word, and I'm going to write my name. My name is A. By the way, you can call me Sir A, or A, capital A, and small e. There. Again, just get the sticker, this one, and write your answer. Wow, okay. I love it. Oh, Miss Ayan is also with us right now. Don't forget, yes, reading is fundamental, correct? I love the answer. Please write your name. Okay, so far we have how many participants? We have 5. So I'm expecting for 5 entries here. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Jel. Miss Angel, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Miss Aryan, for loving reading. I love reading too because reading is actually life. We cannot, do away with it. It's part of our lives. Okay, reading is fun. That's actually true. Okay. Some more? Reading is learning. Correct. We learn by reading. That's actually true. Remember that a lot of information are encapsulated in one book. And what you need to do is just to grab a book and read. It's fundamental. That's correct, Sir Jello. It's a foundational skill. It's fun, of course. It gives us pleasure. Reading is a form of interpretation. I love the meaning. I love the description. Okay? So I think we're all good. Thank you so much for your ideas. And reading is, I think, tiring. This picture depicts a lot of messages. It's tiring, yes. It may be challenging, but it's actually rewarding. Okay? So thank you so much. Now, this is my answer to the question. What is reading? Actually, guys, reading has a lot of meanings. It has multiple definitions, okay? So now that we already have the work plan, I think we can already get into it. Reading is a cognitive process that involves decoding symbols to arrive at a meaning. It is the process of looking at a series of written symbols and getting meaning from them. When we say written symbols, they refer to letters, punctuations, even pictures and spaces. And according to Mr. Widdowson, a linguist, it is the process of getting linguistic information via print. So technically speaking, it's the process of getting information from any written or any reading material or printed material. Now, what is decoding? Because we will really encounter that word later. Okay? What is decoding? The word decoding or to decode means to draw a logical conclusion or to arrive at a meaning at or by reasoning. Okay, I don't know guys if you have already noticed this, but sometimes when we scuttle across a paragraph, even though we are not really staring at a word, we could readily read and understand a certain word. Do you notice that? May I see a yes if you do? Do you guys notice that? Reading brings us to different places. That's actually true. Thank you so much, Sir Ferdinand de la Cruz. Sir Ferds. Okay, let's go back to my question. Do you notice that? That upon or by stumbling upon a particular word without exerting too much effort, unconsciously, you understand the word. Yes, we notice that. It's because, guys, you recognize each letter. And you know that each letter has a corresponding sound. And when you put together these sounds, it could form a word that has a meaning. Okay? Next, other meanings of reading. Reading is one of the 4 macro skills, along with listening, speaking, and writing. And it is a multifaceted process involving word recognition, comprehension, and fluency or proficiency. Okay. Identifying the words in print is what we call word recognition. That's why without staring at the word, you could readily read it. And constructing an understanding from them is the process called comprehension. And when we coordinate identifying words and making meaning so that the reading is automatic and accurate, that achievement is what we call fluency or proficiency. Now, on a scale of 10, how do you rate yourself as a reader? May I see your comments? How do you rate yourself as a reader? 1 to 10. 1 is the lowest and 10 is the highest. May I see your comments? Hi, Apple. Hello, sister. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vidal, Josh. Now, how do you rate yourself? I cannot see your comments. Okay, please write your responses. By the way, guys, I know that I have the PowerPoint presentation, but we want this webinar to be interactive. Okay, so do not hesitate to drop in your comments, your ideas, and your questions, and I'll try my best to browse through it. Okay? Okay, shall we move on? 10. Wow! Miss Lanette, thank you so much. You are a very good reader. Hello, Ma'am Ness, my favorite manager. Sarah, 7. Why 7? But I know that you're a very good reader. Angel, 9. Wow, I am so proud of you. Okay. Next. But what is reading comprehension? I mentioned a while ago that reading is a foundational skill. That's actually true. Okay? We learn how to read, if I'm not mistaken, as early as 3 years old. Okay? But reading does not always mean you're able to understand or you're able to grasp something from what you are reading. Because reading is actually an ability that you have to develop in you. It's actually a lifelong learning, reading comprehension. What is reading comprehension? It is the ability to comprehend or understand a reading material. And according to theorists, if you're not able to grasp something from what you are reading, therefore, that is a failed reading experience. Okay? But don't worry if you are confused, because confusion is not actually bad. Because my take on that, when we say confusion, that means when you're confused, your brain is trying to function. Your brain is trying to think. Okay? It may sound negative for others, but it's actually not. And good thing, there are a lot of strategies in reading that we can apply to understand effectively a reading material. Now, I think we have teachers here. Are you familiar with the reading strategies? Can you give me one? Do we have English teachers here? Please give me one reading strategy that we can share with others, with other viewers. Okay? I'll give you one. One reading strategy is finding main idea. Number two, noting facts and details, comparing and contrasting. We actually have 12, but I cannot actually discuss everything because we don't really have enough time. It entails, I think, 3 hours to discuss all those. Okay, so thank you for sharing. Okay, now, the question is, why do we read? Why do we read? I am asking the question because we won't be able to realize the benefits of reading if we don't know exactly why we are reading. We should know first our objective. Okay? May I see your answers? Why do we read? Please write your comments. Please write your answers. There are actually reasons why we read. Number one, we read for, when we read newspaper, yes, I read to learn. That's according to Denise. I read for pleasure or for leisure. That's from Sir JC. I read to learn. That's from Damasco. I read to expand my knowledge. I love it. Those are actually the reasons why we read. But actually, guys, there are only 2 reasons why we people read. And number one, we read for information, of course. And number 2, we read for pleasure. Now, what's the difference between the 2? Allow me to show you some examples. We read for information because, technically speaking, we would like to be informed. We would like to be aware of what's happening around us. We read newspapers, we read magazines, and then we read because we would like to be abreast with the trends on media. And next, if you guys are looking for recipes, that means you're also reading for information. If you are a student who's looking for books as the references for your thesis, if you're a teacher who would like to look for a book that you could use in teaching, you are reading for information. Okay? Or let's say, especially nowadays, a lot of people are what do you call that? Putting up a business online. Okay? If you are a non-graduate of business course, what are you going to do? It's either you're going to talk to an expert or to a businessman. But it's somehow difficult nowadays, right? The best thing to do is to read a book about business. When you do that, you are reading for information. Okay? Now, what is reading for pleasure? When we say reading for pleasure, we are after enjoyment. We would like ourselves to be entertained by reading materials. And that actually gives us happiness. It lowers our stress level. Okay. So when you read, you get relaxed. Okay, so sana all. Okay. So all right? Do I speak too fast, Sir Charles? Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Rene, for tuning in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Okay. Now, I have this big question, and I'd like you to contemplate on it. Okay? When time constraints come into play and decisions must be made depending on time availability, how will you get the information that you need? By reading. I'll give you one example. Let's say that you only have 5 minutes before your defense. And unfortunately, you forgot something. You forgot the meaning of this word. Now, how are you going to solve your problem through reading? How? Are you going to skim? Are you going to scan? Or you are going to have a thorough reading? You ask yourself how, because we're talking about time. You are pressured with time. Okay, so we actually have 3 reading techniques. Number 1, we have skimming. Number 2, we have scanning. And number 3, we have in-depth reading. Okay, I don't know if you guys have heard about the 3 reading techniques. Actually, in other books, they're called as reading styles. Now, what is your style in reading? Which of the following do you apply when you are reading? Google is your friend. Wow, I love it. Google is your friend. Well, that's actually true, Miss Posporo, one of my best friends, Miss Gab. But even though you're using the internet, you actually still have to apply these techniques. Well, thank you. I love it. When you are pressured, you are applying what technique? Yeah, you skim through reading. That's actually true. Now, what's the difference among these techniques? Okay. Let's dissect them, okay? But by the way, guys, do not be confused with the difference between reading strategies and reading techniques. Yeah. Linguistically speaking, the 2 are synonymous in nature. But when it comes to reading, the 2 are different terms. Number 1, when we say techniques, their application depends on the situation. Whereas, when we say strategies, the application of these strategies will depend on your objective as a reader. And it will also depend on the type of reading material that you are reading. For example, reading strategy. My objective is to compare the 2 characters in the story. Then, that's the strategy that I'm going to apply. Okay? And with your objective, you cannot apply skimming nor scanning. What you need to use is either intensive or extensive reading. Okay? So now let's go back to the presentation. What's the difference among them? Let's start with skimming. What is skimming? By the way, what is the synonym of skimming? To skim means to, can you guys write your answer? To skim means to what? I'll give an example. Do you eat pancit canton? Oh, sorry, pancit canton. I'm so maarte there. Do you eat pancit canton? Sorry. Yes, when we eat pancit canton, we actually get only the noodles, right? We set aside the water because we just like it moist, but not really soupy, or else we need to call it mami or lomi, not pancit canton anymore. Okay, same thing when we do skimming. Okay, I'll explain it. When we say skimming, it is referred to as a gist reading. When we say gist reading, we are just after the substance or essence of what you are reading. It helps you in order to know what the text is about in its most basic level. But however, the comprehension is of course very low, and understanding of overall content is very superficial. Why? It's because we are just after what? We're just after the title. We're just after the main idea. We're just after what? The subtitles or subheadings. Okay? It actually works best when we are trying to preview the text. Okay? But skimming will certainly save us a lot of time. Yes, Miss Lynette, skimming is reading rapidly in order to get a general overview of the reading material. That's actually correct. If you want to look for, let's say you are in a library and you're trying to look for a reference for a thesis, and there is a shelf of a lot of books about that topic, skimming will actually work best. Okay? Thank you so much, Ms. Annette, for the idea. Okay. Guys, please don't forget to write your ideas there, your questions. Okay? We love it interactive. Next. It's useful when your goal is to preview the text to get a better idea of what it's actually about. That's actually the answer of Miss Lynette. And, of course, that will help you prepare for a deeper learning. Okay? Maybe you would like to shortlist the books that you would like to read later on. That will help you a lot. And it prepares your brain to have an overview of what this chapter is about. Just the same with the idea of Miss Lynette. Okay, and interestingly, according to research, reading off a computer screen actually inhibits the pathways to effective scanning, and thus reading of paper is far more conducive to speedy comprehension of texts. Yeah, just like me. Every time I need to do a research, I actually print screen the page, paste it on a bond paper, and print it. That's how I actually learn. I cannot actually, I can't stand browsing through the internet and just read, and get ideas from it. It's actually difficult. But it depends on your reading style because that works with me. The scanning, it involves getting your eyes to quickly scuttle across sentence, and it's used to get just a simple piece of information. So technically speaking, you're after the keywords. Yes. And yeah, so you have to pay attention to the introduction, and conclusion is so important. And illustrations or pictures must be given attention when scanning. Why? It's because there is a bunch of ideas depicted in the picture. Okay? Remember, illustration is also a written symbol. Okay? It actually has a lot of meaning. A lot of meanings or messages are encapsulated in one picture, and that's actually evident. Okay? Next, let's now dive into the third reading technique. And that is divided into two. Let's have first intensive reading. Now, this is far beyond skimming and scanning because this one requires time. Okay? It's time consuming. It is beneficial to language learners as it helps them understand vocabulary by deducing the meaning of words from the context. Okay. Now, do you guys learn from reading? Do you guys get yourselves equipped with new words? Wow, wait a minute. Scanning is reading rapidly in order to find specific facts. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Now, do you believe in this, guys? What's your take on this? It helps you understand vocabulary by deducing the meaning of words in the context. This is actually true. We learn different words by reading. But I'll just give you one tip. If you guys are reading an article or a novel and you come across a difficult word, do not grab a dictionary. Do not search for the meaning of that word. Instead, just read or just understand it using context rules, okay? Because that will impede the flow of your reading, okay? And then you might forget what happened in the previous page, okay? So if you need to list the chronology of events in a long passage, you will need to read it intensively. Yes, you cannot actually just skim and scan it because you need to analyze everything, okay? And because there is an element of enjoyment in, this is actually wrong. Okay, next, we have extensive reading. Now, what's the difference between intensive reading and extensive reading, aside from the first two letters? The two actually requires thorough reading. Okay? But there's a big difference between the two. Intensive reading is commonly used when you read for information, whereas extensive reading is normally done when you are reading for enjoyment or pleasure. Okay? So yeah, it involves reading for pleasure or for enjoyment. It requires a fluid decoding and assimilation or deep understanding of the text and the content in front of you. Don't forget what I said a while ago, reading without comprehension is a failed reading experience. So basically, you're wasting your time, okay? So please, using the strategies that we mentioned a while ago, develop your reading skills. Next. Okay. So we have already unraveled the basic things about reading. Let's now have the 10 benefits of reading. Before I share the 10 benefits of reading, I would like to ask you first, what do you think are the 10 benefits of reading based on your own experiences? Please comment down your answers on the comment section. Okay. While you are still thinking of it, I just would like to tell you that these things that I'm about to share with you are based on my own experiences, based on the experiences of the people whom I had conversation with in the past, based on the article that I've read so far, and based on the videos that I have seen on the internet too. So I'm not an expert, please don't judge me. That's why I'm also asking for your own ideas, so we can, exchange knowledge. So come on, write your own ideas. What do you, yes, for entertainment. Yes, that's actually one of the benefits. We get entertained. What else? Thank you so much, Casey Beran. What else? Some more? Okay. Stress reduction, that's correct. It enriches your vocabulary. Thank you so much, Miss Z. It reduces stress. Thank you so much, Sir Carlo. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay, so now, it helps you gain more wisdom or knowledge, that's correct. Stress reduction, that's correct. Okay, now let's have the first one. Number 1, it sharpens our mind. I forgot the term. Is it brain exercise, Sir Charles? Brain exercise. Brain exercise. Okay. It sharpens our mind. Guys, what happens to your body? What happens to your body when you are too stagnant, when you don't move anymore? Right? It becomes bigger. Same thing with our brain. Okay? When we do not use our brain, it also becomes stagnant. Okay? Now, reading is actually one way to sharpen our mind and brain. Okay? By concentrating on the words and the storyline, it stimulates your brains. It functions well. And this particular stimulation can help sharpen our mind, especially the part of the brain that is responsible for concentration and critical analysis. Okay? That's why, I don't know guys if you notice it, but when you are reading, you are actually asking a lot of questions. Am I right? Do you do that? While reading, you're asking a lot of questions. It makes you happy. Thank you so much, Ma'am Dylan. Yes, reading actually makes us happy. That's correct. Now, going back to the question, do you ask questions while you are reading? You formulate questions. Can you type yes or no? Okay, yes. It actually makes us think. It makes us formulate questions here inside our brain. Yes, because our brain is interacting with the reading materials. Sir Emil, what do you mean interacting, that I am interacting with the reading material? It's not, hi reading material, how are you? No, it's not like that. The fact that you are confused, the fact that you are formulating questions, the fact that you are drawing conclusions and making inferences while you are reading, you are interacting with the story and article. Okay? Remember, reading something requires interactive skills, and that is by questioning yourself, formulating questions. Okay? Do you guys understand? Sending my regards. Thank you so much, Ma'am Jinky. Oh, that's Miss Jinky. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much. Okay. Miss Posporo, that's correct. That's actually one of the benefits, and I'll discuss that later. Thank you so much. Okay, and there. Brain, our brain is like a muscle. It also has to what? To exercise, okay? So do not deprive your brain with that session, that exercise. Okay. Next, it improves your focus and memory. Okay. Reading at least a little each day can improve your focus and your memory function. And it also stimulates the part of the brain that helps with memory and attention. That's why, guys, reviewing an hour before the exam is actually not good. It's not really advisable. Why? Your brain is too tired to what? To digest everything. Okay? That's why it is advisable to have, to read at least 6 sentences every day. And then while you are taking a bath, try to, remember all those things. That actually works. Okay? I will give you another tip in reviewing. The best time for me to review is actually 3 a.m. in the morning. Why? It's because that early, that time, I am not thinking of other things yet. I am too focused on what I am reading. I don't need to go back to the previous pages. Yes, and I absorb everything. You might also consider that when you are reviewing. There? So there. So it improves your memory and focus. The third one is it increases our vocabulary and expands our knowledge. Coming across difficult words urges readers to discover their meaning. Okay? Knowledge is power, and knowledge may come from reading. And according to Dr. Seuss, the more you read, the more things you know, and the more you learn, the more places you go. That's actually from Dr. Seuss. You know Dr. Seuss? You know his name? Dr. Seuss' name is Soy. Dr. Seuss. No, just kidding. Dr. Seuss is actually one of the most notable authors, American authors. If I'm not mistaken, he had written more than 60 books, and one of his famous books is The Cat and the Hat. The Cat and the Hat. Okay, that's actually true. Knowledge is power. And using your knowledge, you can actually, what? You can get to different places. Okay? There. Books or reading actually feeds our mind. Next, we have the fourth benefits. It strengthens our writing skills. Let's accept it. We were not born good writers, okay? And even us professionals are still struggling in writing. Okay, I myself actually experienced that. I also struggle. But what I do is that I am going to talk to someone who can peer review with me, or I'm going to read the works of experts or the best writers. And by simply reading their works, I actually what? I also have this, I get influence. I learn from them. So, heavy reading can improve your writing skills, and reading helps you improve your writing skills unconsciously. Okay? Yes, and reading and writing are always together. They're actually congruent. Okay? They're the boyfriends and girlfriends. Because what appears in your writing are the things that you actually absorb from reading. Okay. Number one, I think, Miss Gab, this is the same with your idea. It helps broaden your mind. Yes, you get to appreciate different culture. You get to understand people. You develop social understanding and you develop empathy towards them. Okay? So reading can also be the key to what? Achieving peace on earth. Because reading allows us to see from a completely different perspective. It helps us develop social understanding and empathy. Okay, I love it. You travel the world by reading. You get to understand the ways of life of other people from different countries, of different races from reading. Why? It's because the rich culture of the people is depicted and encapsulated in one reading materials like novels, what else? Epic poems, those things. Okay? Next. There. Reading literary fiction can help people understand others' mental states, which is a crucial skill in developing relationships. Do you know, guys, that those people who are quiet are actually the most expressive ones in writing? I've actually met a lot of people who are timid but expressive in writing. Some of you might judge them, but actually they have rich and creative imagination. Okay? Next. It enhances your imagination. I would like to quote again the famous lines of Dr. Seuss because I'm actually his avid fan. Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. And those people who are actually living in fantasy are the happiest ones. So why not be like them? Reading can take you to the places you have never been before. That actually came from Dr. Seuss and quoted also by Miss Katrina Tobiano. You can actually travel different places, even the places that are not really existing by reading, because reading is actually traveling different worlds, whether they are existing or not existing. Okay? They also said that, without imagining what you are reading, when you are reading a literary fiction, you are not enjoying your reading session. It is a failed reading experience if you are not reading with your imagination. Okay? Next, so a library is full of new worlds to travel. Next, it lowers the level of stress. The act of reading and focusing on the written word can help relieve your mind of the pressures of the day. And by pulling your mind away from the stress at hand, you can relax and let the stress melt away. And according to science, reading 6 minutes a day helps reduce stress and increase happiness. So why not transition from watching a video to reading? Let's try. And then, if you're relaxed, if you are stress-free, that could actually boost nice sleep. Yes. So it can help you get into a deep and peaceful sleep. How? There. Okay. Do not slap yourself with a book, because that's actually so painful. And you should get best. Okay? There. Okay? It promotes nice sleep. And of course, it gives you peace and entertainment. We read for pleasure. Reading can be peaceful and induce relaxing state of mind. And by immersing yourself in a good book, you can almost feel any stress melt away. Okay. There, you relax. And of course, the last one is it can brighten your day. Now, if you don't have your significant one, then just read a book. Books can bring joy to your life on a daily basis. And the act of reading is a great benefit for both mental and physical health, but can also brighten your day. So with that, good morning and have a bright day. But you're not yet done. Happy Wednesday, and then grab a book. Okay. Now, it's time for us to know our learning from this session. Okay. Now, what did you learn from this session? Please comment down the things that you have learned from this webinar on the comment section. Come on. What did you learn from reading? What did you learn from this webinar? Please don't forget to write your comments there. What did you learn from this? Okay. So you learned the benefits of reading. You learned about the reading styles and strategies that you may apply whenever you read. Reading is important. Reading is a must. That's correct. What else? Love, love, love from Teacher Eunice. Reading has many benefits. That's correct. Okay, so we would like to say thank you to everyone for tuning in, for joining us today. Thank you so much for starting your day with me. This is a great opportunity. Thank you so much, Festival Mall, for this. What do you call that? It's actually something to me. It's significant. Okay, so once again, my name is Mr. Emil Yapon. I'm from South Mansfield College, your school of choice. By the way, South Mansfield College is a member of Southfield Global Education Network, or SGN, of schools in the Philippines, and we offer international standards in basic education, or K-12. And mind you, we're the very first school in the Philippines to offer financial literacy, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years ago, from grades 1 to senior high school. And we also offer artificial intelligence subject combined with robotics. And we are in a safe and caring learning environment. So, South Mansfield College is your school of choice. We also have college courses. We have HRM, we have ICT, and tourism. Okay, so Soaring Royals, yes, we can. So don't forget to visit our official Facebook page, and don't forget to email us at smc@smc.edu.ph. You may also visit our official website, I'm just happy, www.smc.edu.ph, or you may reach us through our telephone numbers. I actually forgot, but it's in the first slide. 8862-3036. So, thank you so much, family and friends. Thank you so much, Festival Mall. On behalf of our team, thank you so much, and we hope that you enjoyed this webinar. Bye-bye, and see you next time. God bless you all. Stay safe.